understand why God has given us another opportunity. One of the things we should understand about God is that He is the God of a second chance. And we don't joke with second chance, and we don't play around with the second chance. Anytime you are offered another chance to resit examination, to rewrite your story, or to reconstruct something that you could not do in the previous year, it is a huge opportunity for you to sit back, reflect, see where you fail, where you could not do things well, or where you could not achieve. You look at all this and you put your analysis together, then you strengthen yourself and you master your feet, so that when you get there, what happened last year will not repeat itself this year. Let me share this with you. Between these two, 2025 and 2026, nothing is going to change about these 2 years. The only thing that has changed is the 5 is no more. We've moved down to 6, or we moved up to 6. January will still remain 31 days. The 24 hours in a day still remains 24 hours. 7 days in a week still remains 7 days in a week. 24 hours in a day remains the same. Nothing has changed. Monday to Sunday, those days have not changed. They still remain the same. The only thing that has changed is the 5 is no more, but the next one is 6. Meaning that your age, there's going to be an addition. Whether you were born just yesterday or you were born 50 years ago, there is going to be an addition, to your age. There is not going to be a subtraction. So if there is going to be addition, that it means we need to step up and also understand the timings and the seasons and the year that God has given to us. As a matter of fact, nothing will change much in your life unless there is an intentional, or there is a specific determination individually that I want to see a change in my life. Let me say this: January don't have the capacity to make any change in your life. Neither does December also has any capacity to make any change, whether positive or negative, in your life. In fact, the month does not regulate you or control you, or the day does not control you or regulate you. You have the capacity and you have the audacity to control your day and control the month and control the year. Whatever happens to you this year is not the cause of the month or the cause of the year. It is your decision, and also it is your own choice to allow that thing to happen to you. Whether success or failure, whether sickness or good health, whatever will take control over your life or happen in your life this year, it is something that you have allowed that thing to happen. Because that thing has no control, does not have any power over you, unless you permit that thing to go ahead and happen in your life. So between 2025 and 2026, nothing has changed. Maybe the 1st of January happened Thursday, but last year it happens on Wednesday. So it means that there is a progressive, or there's a shift in our lives. This year, those who are the age of 2, you are moving on to 3. Those who are at the age of 29, you are moving to 30. Those who are 40, you are moving to 41. Everyone is going to have addition. Everyone is going to add a year, to your age. Meaning that we are not remaining children or babies, or we are not remaining the same. There's a huge advancement and there's a huge growth in our life. Now, when we talk about growth, we are not just talking about you growing in height, growing in stature, growing in size, or growing in any shape or whatever. When we talk about growth, we are talking about you understanding, the advancement or the new chapter and the new door of your life. You understanding that you are not remaining the same, or you are not as you were yesterday, but there is a massive shift, in your life. Do you know, you can ask the nurses or those who are into healthcare amongst us, you can ask them that somebody will carry a baby in the womb for 9 solid months. The person will walk into the labor ward. That baby will just come, within the space of 24 hours, that baby will return back. That's the lifespan, or that's, destiny that has been designed for that baby. So, some only appear for 24 hours. Some comes within 5 years. Some just leave within 10, 20, or 30. Now, they don't even have the opportunity and the time and the space that we have. So, there is a massive change, or there is a second chance that has been given to us, which we need to make a good use. By the grace of God, each one of us, whether you are in primary school, whether you are in high school, or you are no more in education, whether you are adult or you are a child, by the grace of God, God has given us 365 days. The days belongs to all of us. Everything that happens within the days of 365 is within our capacity to make a positive change or a negative change over our lives. In fact, the beginning of every journey determines the end, or how you will finish the journey. The way you find your foot from the beginning of the year will determine your accumulation, your success, and your productivity by the close of the year. One of the things that sometimes within our family setup, within the church setup, within the community setup, one of the problems that we face and one of the things that we go through is the spirit of jealousy. Not because somebody has advantage than the other person. I was saying it in Ghana that even within the setup of royalty, the fact that Prince Harry or the brother William are born in the royal house does not determine the rate of their success. They may have royalty advantage, but in terms of success advantage, they don't have it, because it is determined by individual, and it is determined by destiny. So nobody has advantage in life than you, and nobody is ahead than you. The last time I gave this illustration, I told you, and I used Olympic Games and the relay, race as an illustration. That when you look at, or you watch relay, race, you understand they have up to six tracks. Track 1 and track 2, up to track 6. Now, we always notice that track 6 is at the forefront, and track 1 is always at the back. All of them are running the same race, the same time, the same minute, and the same, yardstick. But in terms of allocation and placement, somebody is at the back, the other person is at the front, far ahead. So when you sit back and you watch it carefully, you may think that somebody has an advantage, especially those who are at the front. But you see, as the year progresses and as the race progresses, you will notice that when they are bending the curve, the one at track 6, the one at the far end, would now have advantage to bend the curve faster than the one who is at the forefront. Meaning that so long as the baton is in your hands, nobody has advantage, than you, or nobody is ahead than you, unless you drop your baton or you don't understand the race of life. Now, if you begin to understand the race of life and you know how to run your own race and run the race properly with clarity and understanding, you will always make sure that you begin your race or your year right. You will find your foot and you find your strategy, to run the race of 2026. If you are not able to find your feet and find your strategic position where God has positioned you, and not understand the baton in your hand to run the race, if you're not very careful, by the time we get to June, you'll be jealous of somebody. Or by the time we get to July, up to September, October, you may think that life has not been favorable to you. It might not be life per se, but it might be your own misunderstanding and your own laziness, or you not starting the year right. When you have your year right and you understand the advantage and the grace that God has given to you, the year 2026, then you will know that you don't have any excuse not to succeed this year. You don't have any excuse, to say that this person is ahead of me because of his educational background or because he has a British status or European status. It's got nothing to do with that. Because in the Bible, we've seen it, and there's so many illustrations that always the first can be the last, and the last can always be the first. It's the way you understand the race and the way you understand what the Lord has set before you. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Last year when we were going through this, I gave you 4 factors. Let's look into this 4 factors quickly, then we come to the real one. I think this one cannot rub it properly. Now, do you remember what we treated last year? Number 1 is what? Can I hear you? Number 1 is what? The God factor. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2 is yourself. Number 3. Number 3 is time and season. Number 4. Do you remember number 4? That's your world. Okay, let's go to the Bible. Genesis chapter number 1, quickly. Genesis chapter 1 from verses number 1 to 3.
Genesis chapter 1, the verse 1, NIV reads, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." Amen.
Amen. Now, Bible says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I believe that nobody will just get up. Before we even came to this country, when we were not in this country, before we made up our mind to sojourn, travel to this place, I believe it was not just afterthought. It was well planned, well thought of, that I am moving out of my space to go to this country, Italy, Holland, UK, America, or whatever country it is. To live there and improve my life, or just, get a better life. So, from the beginning, every good, person who understands life will always have something that person is working towards. God did not wake up all of a sudden without any consultation, or without thinking through, or without a proper planning, to do things. It was not something out of intuition. It was something that God thought of. God understood what he was about to do. It was something that God himself, considered the pro and cons. The challenges and everything that comes with it. He put all this into perspective before he started, constructing. In fact, when you talk to any builder, when you speak to any architect, when you speak to anybody or any manufacturer, they will tell you that they don't just wake up, to do stuff. Some of them, they get their inspiration from their dreams. And when they wake up out of their dreams, they will begin to write those dreams down, or whatever they saw, they will begin to just draw them. Then they will begin to work on that pattern. Every manufacturer, anybody who births something, they always have a master plan, or they have something, a template that they are working on. They don't just wake up and construct something. And Bible said that in the beginning God created. That means right from the beginning of everything, God put certain structures in place to create something. Listen to me carefully. Don't take the year 2026 like you approach the year 2025. If we approach the year 2026 like the way we approach 2025, listen, nothing will change in our life. There will be a repetition. We will never succeed. I've already established the fact that the 24 hours still remain 24 hours. 7 days still remain 7 days. Mondays have not changed. We don't have any additional hour or whatever it is. What we used to have in the past year, we still have the same thing here. But the only difference is that we have a new grace and a new chance to create the year 2026. If you're a student here, listen to me carefully. You have opportunity to create your year, your academic year. You know your academic calendar already. You know the days for your lectures. You know the days to submit your assignment. If you are a worker here, you have your timetable already. Whoever you are, whatever you are doing in life, you know, your timetable, and you know what you are working towards. So it's not something that you have no idea, or it's not a week that you have no idea. It's not a month that you have no idea. And it's not going to be a year that you have no idea. You have idea. But the only thing is that you have to create your year. Because the God that we serve, he is a creator. The success of God depends on his creativity abilities. God does not wake up and do anything just like that. In the New Testament, Jesus made us to understand. Before the following day, he told the disciples that we will cross over to the other side. So there was a plan to cross over to the other side. I'm not talking about the 1st December crossover service. You can come through the crossover service without you crossing over to the year. You can be part of the watch night, but you yourself will still remain in 2025 because you are not in the position to create anything new in your life. Life is a progressive journey. We grow either by age or by height or by size or whatever. So you should make it your effort that so long as I have a new opportunity, a clean sheet, I will begin to create my year. You create your year. You manufacture your year. You birth your year. You look for 300 days. It's at my disposal. What am I going to do with the year? What am I going to do with the week? What am I going to do with the month? It is within your capacity to make this difference and make this decision. It's within your capacity. How your year will go depends on you. How your January will end depends on you. Whatever you want to achieve and you want to see in the year, in the month of January, it depends on you. If something well last year January for you, church, this is the time that we just have to wake up and make sure that we don't repeat the same thing. Because January, 31 days in January, it still remains the same. Nothing has changed. So the Bible said that in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And I always explain this, that in life, two phases of life. Your height and your beneath. You are within space. Anything I operate with, and anything beneath you to also operate with. That's all that you have. Your fast forward or your fast going depends on your heavens and on your earth. So God created, he intentionally, that this is the height, this is the limit, this is how far I want to go. I want to create the heavens, I want to create the skies for myself. So it's been said that the sky is your limit. And I always say people have gone beyond the sky. So from the word go, from the beginning of the year, create your heavens. What are your heights? What are your achievements? What do you want to do this year? What do you want to achieve this year? What are your heavens? It is something that you can create. It is something that you can stretch it. That this year, no matter what it takes, I will finish my driving lesson. No matter what it takes, I will buy that house. No matter what it takes, I will build that house. No matter what it takes, I will marry, I will settle my life. No matter what it takes, I will buy this, I will do this, I will do that, I will write that exams and pass. No matter what it takes, I will start that course. No matter what it takes, I will do this, I will do that. Create the heavens. Stretch yourself to that heavens. Make sure that height is determined. It is within your powers to do that. Your husband may not tell you. Your wife may not, even your mom and dad may not tell you. But you should understand yourself and create your heaven and earth. If you're a student here, if you're a young adult here, if you're a youth here, listen. Maybe you want to be a medical doctor. Maybe you want to be a pilot. You want to be a scientist. You want to be an engineer. You want to be an accountant. No matter whatever you want to achieve or you want to be in life, you have the power to be that thing or to achieve that thing. Create your height. Create your heavens. Create that heavens. You can do it. Husband and wife, create your heavens. Come together and create that heavens. It's doable. It's achievable. You can stretch yourself, because you see, if you want to reach height, you have to stretch yourself. Either you jump or you just climb. You have to ascend. You can do it. You can do it. I read from scriptures whereby the Bible says Jesus was coming to that city and there was a man called Zacchaeus. Bible says Zacchaeus was the shortest man in his generation. Everybody can see Jesus with their eyes, but Zacchaeus was quite short. But Bible says while Jesus was coming to the city, Zacchaeus noticed that I have to reach that height. I have to see Jesus. My height is not helping. My education is not helping. My finances are not helping. My geographical location is not helping. Everything about Zacchaeus was a disadvantage. But the guy designed and he created the heavens that I will see Jesus no matter what it takes. So Bible says, whilst people were following Jesus and they can see Jesus, he ran ahead of Jesus. He went, he saw the direction. He saw where life was going. He saw where God, the directions of God. He saw that Jesus is coming towards this direction. So Zacchaeus ran towards that direction. And Bible says when he got there, there was a sycamore tree. And he rushed to climb that tree. When you study theology and you study sycamore tree, you understand that sycamore tree is a twisted tree. It's a tree that if you have height, you cannot climb it unless you are short. And that was the advantage that Zacchaeus have. If you make that decision, there's always advantage for you. If you make that determination, God will push you towards a direction where he is going, where you locate your sycamore tree, that those who have height cannot climb. But you, irrespective of your disadvantage in life, you can climb it. Now watch this. But when Jesus got under the tree, sycamore tree, he lifted his eyes and he saw Zacchaeus. He did not look down. He lifted his eyes because Zacchaeus has already created his heaven. He was up there already. So Jesus needed to lift his eyes and he saw him. And he asked him to come down because he wanted to leave and stay in his house that night. If you understand this concept and you know that no matter what my disadvantages, listen, in life, everyone has advantage and everyone has disadvantage. Some of the month will be disadvantage. Some of the week will disadvantage you. But if you understand it and you create your heavens and your earth, your disadvantage will be an opportunity for you. Your disadvantage can create an atmosphere for you. Your disadvantage can create an avenue for you. Because you have the audacity and the capacity, to succeed and make it within the space of the week. Monday should be your advantage. Depending on how you understand or what you have put in place, creating your heavens and the earth. So God himself, in the beginning, he created the heavens and the earth. Please, don't wait, because January 1st, like joke, we are on the 4th already. We are into the 4th day of the month, of the year already. By the time we come back here next week, we are almost into the second week. So we don't have time on our hands that let me relax and give myself some month or give myself some weeks and other things. Right from the beginning, begin to create. Whatever became a mountain for you in the past week that you were not able to climb that mountain, create the advantage to climb that mountain. And you'll be able to notice that at the end of the year, you see yourself at the mountain top. If you begin to create it, you will achieve it with a testimony and you come out with a certificate. So Bible says that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the Bible says now the earth was formless. Let me dwell on formless. You see, when we begin, or like taking a race or beginning something new, if you marry anew, it becomes formless. Because sometimes, even some of us who have trophies in marriages, sometimes you look at your wife and ask, is she still my wife? You look at your husband and you ask, is he still my husband? You become so accustomed and you become so used to. So imagine those who are stepping into a new terrain. It's always formless. When we walk into a new year like this, it's always formless. Because some of you or some of us, we are beginning the year with no even a pound in our account. Some of us, you are beginning a year with no job. You are beginning a year, without understanding of what is going on around you. You are beginning something which is formless. Some of you is just a continuation. You have not changed jobs, so you are still working at that company. But some of us is formless. We don't know how January is going to be. We don't know how next week Monday is going to be. We have no idea. It's always formless. But so long as you have the capacity to create, when you encounter formless situation, you have the strategy and the technical know-how to deal with that formless situation and make use of the formless situation. If only you can create, or if only you can approach it with that mentality. Bible said the earth was, that is what was beneath God, was formless, and it was empty and darkness. The account can be darkness. Vision can be darkness. I mean, within your setup can be darkness, empty. But please have a vision. Have something that you are working on this year. This year, don't just, check your bank account or just collect your pay slips as usual. Have a specific project or specific assignment that you are working on. Because last year I made some statement, a certain statement, and I said, you are giving your time, service. What is your time? For instance, some of you leave home 6 a.m. in the morning and you come back home 6 p.m. in the evening. In fact, if you sit down carefully and you do your calculation well, you will notice that the rent that you are paying for your room or for your house, you don't even enjoy that house that much. That bed, whatever size it is, how many times do you even sleep on? You don't even sleep on that bed that much. That dining table that you have, dining set, how many times do you sit around that dining table to eat your meal? You don't. You sit in front of TV, in your sofa, and you eat. So, you are giving your service, 12-hour service, within 24 hours. Because when it comes to the 24 hours, it's something that God has given to us, everyone, in a day. So you have made a decision by contract that I am giving out of my 24 hours, I am giving 12 hours to Tesco. And Tesco has also made a decision that within the 12 hours, we are paying you £10 every hour. So your 12 hours, they are giving you £120. That's before your tax. That's before any deduction. So you are giving your 12 hour out of your 24 hour to a company, a setup, and they are also rewarding you with a certain amount. Now, this amount is what every deduction is coming out of. You are living on this amount every month. You are paying your tax, you are paying your tithe, your electricity, your gas, what you eat, your bars, your insurances, and everything is coming out of your service that you are giving. And it's the same amount that you are making life out of. So you have to create, and you have to have a specific plan and a format that you are working towards. Else, even if you are paid £10,000 after tax, you will still not make it in life. Life without creativity, life without plan, life without a dream or a vision, any amount of resources will never be enough for you. But if there is a design, if there is a plan, if there is a vision, if there is something that you are working towards, listen to me. Even if you take £1 a month, that thing will still give you that room to operate. If a plan or vision is attached to it. So beginning your year right comes with the spirit of creativity. Because whatever comes to you is what is coming to you. To be frank with you, Cristiano Ronaldo's wages will never come to you. No matter how good you are with prayer or how prayerful you are, no matter how good you are in dancing at church or whatever, you cannot exchange what comes to you with somebody's. That's what God has given to you. But what you need, to articulate it and work on with it is the spirit of creativity. Because somebody may take £500 in a month, and other will take £2,000 after tax in a month. But it will surprise you that one who takes £500 in a month is living better than the one who is taking £2,000. If you lack the spirit of creativity, right from the beginning, if there is no plan, there is no objective, or there is no project, set ahead of you as an individual, as a family, as a couple, listen to me very carefully. You will give yourself, or you give your time and your service to a company, they will reward you, but yet you will still lack the capacity to succeed. So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He put the yardstick. This year, I want to reach this height. This year, I want to get a mortgage. This year, I want to drive. This year, I want to do this. Create your heaven, stretch yourself above you, and begin to jump. You may jump in January, you may not go far, but at least that will give you the platform that January you did not jump high enough. So when you step into February, you have the capacity and you have the experience to jump better than what you did in February. So make sure that there is a target. Make sure that there is a goal. Make sure that there is a dream. Make sure that there is a dream. You see, some of you, where you work, they pay you every month. Now, 12 A4 sheet like this, we call it pay slip. 12 A4 sheet like this covers your whole year. 12 sheet like this. What makes it 16 is your P60. What makes it 13 is your P60. 12 sheet like this covers 365 days of your life in this country. It's just 12 sheets of paper that define your whole year. Now, if you are not working with a target, if you are not working with a dream, if you are not working with a vision, life will become a cycle for you. Life will become a cycle for you. We will finish one year, then we will come and start another year. We will end it as we ended the previous one. Nothing will change. The Bible said that God that we serve, right from the beginning, He created. And this year, I want you to create your family. Create a certain culture. Create a certain atmosphere. Create a certain ambience around you. That will bring a transformation and that will bring a change in your life. Because I've said it already that there is +1 to your life. So you are one step ahead. So begin to create. Now when you are doing in the process of your creation, you need to consider these 4 things. Because you cannot create without putting these 4 factors in place. Let me show you something. Can we go on the screen quickly? Can I have the picture of life cycle? Can I have the images, please? The other one. Go. Move to the next one. Move. Go further. Let's go further. Yes, move. When we get there, I'll tell you. Yes, this one. Maybe you cannot see it well. It's just very simple illustration of life. That's the beginning of life or the beginning of the year. We go through the process of childhood. That will take us through, the world form or system of education. Then it goes around again. Then we come to our working or career time period. Then the family period will also set in. Then it goes on and on. That's the cycle of life. No matter who you are, whether white or black or whatever, it's the same pattern that each one of us we go through. But for us to be able to get it right and succeed, these are the 4 factors that we need to consider. Number 1, the God factor. Why the God factor? The God factor because you did not come here by yourself, or you are not here by yourself. You are here by a hand or a supernatural force that brought you to where you are. It is not your will or it's not your choice to be here. I gave you a scenario that some came and they left within the space of 24 hours. Some left. Some of our classmates, they left at the age of 20, at the age of 15, and other things. So you are not here by yourself or by your choice. There is a hand and there is a God factor that is working behind the scene. So in all your plans and in all your designs, in all your programs within the space of 365 days, please make sure that the God factor is a prime, is a supreme in your activities. Some of us last year, your relationship with God, in fact, if not by grace and by works, if God called you home last year, 2025, you know perfectly that your relationship with God and your God factor and your connection with God, eternity and divinity, you know very well that last year your God factor was very, very bad and very, very weak. Your relationship with God, your spiritual life was very low. Like I said from the beginning, that God has given us another chance. Life has given us a second chance to make things better and improve things. So please, this year, like I said, we are +1. Those who are 49 last year, they are moving to 50. Those who are 50, 51, they are moving to another number. Now, the more we are growing or the more we go through that cycle, the more we are approaching eternity. Life is not led backwardly. Life is a progressive journey. It's a one-way journey that we don't come back. And that was what Nicodemus was struggling with when Jesus was talking about being born again. He was asking, how can I enter my mother's womb and be born again? And Jesus was trying to tell him that life is a progressive journey. It's one-way ticket. Everyone sitting down here, you have one-way ticket. You can never be a baby again. You can never be a toddler again. You can't go to high school. Some of you can't go to high school again. Neither can you go to nursery again. You can progress to university and beyond because you have one-way ticket. So long as you arrive from day one, you can only grow. You can only add up. You cannot subtract. Listen to me. You can even reduce your age in your passport. But your bones and your genes and your system will tell you that you are still old. You can go and do body enhancement or whatever. I mean, take all the wrinkles out. But deep down within your bones, you know that age is catching you up. So everyone sitting down here, we have one-way ticket that we are going that direction. So decisions that you are making as far as your life or your earthly, living is concerned, please factor God. Don't think that there is tomorrow. I always share with people that all that we have is today. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We can only talk and dream about tomorrow. But for us to be able to step into tomorrow, it is only God who knows. So long as, we are here today and we want to begin the year right and get everything right and succeed this year, please, your God factor. Your God factor. Your God factor. I told somebody a story that happened in America some years ago. An angel of the Lord came down. And he came in the form of human. And he was knocking at doors within a community. Any door that he would ask, he would knock. When the owner opened the door, the angel will ask, does God live in this house? They will look at the man strangely and say, no, God does not live here. So he moved to the next door. He was just asking a random question, does God live in this house? Does God live in your life? It was a simple question, but it's a thoughtful question. Does God live in this house? Does God live in this house? In fact, some of us, when the angel of the Lord, step into our house in a human form and ask us, can you just lend me your Bible? just a Bible for divine breakthrough is going to be a problem for us. It's going to be a problem for us. But when the same angel step in your house and ask you, can I have 50-inch smart TV? You can walk the person to where your TV is hanging. Can I have your iPhone 17? You can show the person your iPhone 17. Can I have a look at your shoes? We can demonstrate all the shoes we have. Can I have any material thing that a person can possess? Each one of us, we have something to show. But when the angel of the Lord asks, does God live in this house? You will find it very difficult to answer this question. Please, the year 2026 is a new year, brand new year. The Ghanaians will say that tear rubber, brand new. We can amend and we can get things right. Please, check your God factor. Because when all is said and done, when everything, is put together, it's between us and our Maker. The houses, the British passport, the cars, whatever we own in life, everything will be left behind. Everything will be left behind. Anytime I have the opportunity to go back home, there is this house in my hometown that when I was growing, it was my inspiration. I always tell myself that when I grow, I'll have this house. I'll build the same thing. And anytime I have the opportunity to visit home, I drive around to have a look at that house. And even if you give it to me for free today, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's molded out of life. But in those days, it was the top and the talk of town. The Bible says that the world and its desire and the flesh is passing out very fast. But we have to consider the God factor. After everything is said and done, I'm talking as a pastor. I've seen it. There are people who came to this country. I've met them. They had great ambitions. They had great dreams. That at this age, at this time, I'll go back home. I'll relocate. I'll move back home. But they were buried in this country. Even their dead bodies were not able to send. We were not able to send it back home. You understand? So please make sure that the God factor plays a major role. Last year, maybe we abused time and we abused opportunities. We took God for granted. We thought it's automatic. Because when you call your GP or you book appointment, your GP can just meet you and prescribe for you. But sometimes go beyond prescription. It goes beyond your GP. Please, if God has given you life, He has spared your life, and He has given you the second chance, this year, draw closer to God. Take a serious approach towards your spiritual life. Take serious approach towards your spiritual life. Your prayer life, your Bible studies, and in fact, your church attendance, everything that got to do with eternity. Please, please, please. I saw something on the social media about a millionaire or a billionaire in Italy. One of the millionaires over there. At his last hour, or his last days on earth, every money, billions of euros, millions that he has accumulated, he did not leave even €1 for the children. He donated the whole money to Roman Catholic Church. That I want the church to expand, even in my absence. But there's the man who was chasing after money from New York, to Bangladesh. He was working as a designer, outlet everywhere. But after accumulating all this money, on his sickbed, he signed that I don't want any of my children to inherit anything. He donated the whole thing to the church because he noticed that it's got to do with eternity. But it's so sad that sometimes money will not buy you eternity, but time will buy you eternity. If you have time for God, If you can understand the God factor, and within your 24 hours or your 7 days in a week, you can donate some of your time, to improve your spiritual life, the God factor. It guarantees you your eternity, because we will not take the money away. Most of the things that we accumulate in this country, we will not take them with us. Even when you take it to Ghana, nobody likes it. Look at your winter jacket. Look at it. Last time I went to Ghana, I saw one lady wearing a leather, that long winter leather. I asked her, is everything okay in this climate? Maybe he live in Europe, and that's all she had. So she's dressing in Ghana with that long shoe. You understand? Please, your God factor. This year, make time with God. Elevate, young adult. Don't give excuse. Make time. Grow your spiritual life. Grow your spiritual life, because when the God factor, is a chunk of your life, you always carry favor, and God always give you grace to maneuver life and to go through life. The second one is yourself. Yourself. I've said it and I'll always repeat myself. Please, all you have is yourself. After everything is said and done, all you have is yourself. I've been to funerals that I've seen people crying over the dead body, as if they will not allow the dead body to be buried. They will cry and cry and cry. But when after everything is said and the prayer is said, they carry the casket and they take it to the cemetery. You see a lot of people following the casket. When they put the casket down and they pour the sand on it, you see everyone coming back home. Then they will leave the dead body. Then nobody will attend to that dead body again. All you have is yourself. Listen, nobody cares more about you than you should care for yourself. Nobody cares more about you than you should care for yourself. Your GP does not care about you. Listen to me. NHS does not care about you. They are even running out. They don't have beds. They want to discharge you as quick as possible so that another person can come and lie on that bed. So all you have is yourself. If you're not able to understand that all I have is this frame that God has given to me, and I have to take a very good care of it from the beginning of the year as you get it right. And anything happens to you, NHS doesn't care. You are not the first person to pass away. They will tell you that you are not the first person to be diagnosed with this sickness or these diseases. You are not the first person. So the system doesn't care. You should care about yourself. The way you eat, the way you rest, the way, you take holidays to rest your body. I was talking about service. Listen, the chief executive of Tesco or Sainsbury's, he don't know you or she don't know you. Even what the bonus and the overtime they are giving to you, it doesn't affect their coffers. What they are giving to you is just a peanut of their gaining. The care workers here, listen to me. Those service users that we attend to. Listen, what they are paying to that care company is higher than 10. One person is more than 10 staff. So please, all you have is yourself. When I talk about yourself, I'm talking about your mental health. I'm talking about your physical health. I'm talking about how you can develop your body, grow your body, and make sure that you take good care of it to live your lifespan. At your working place, you know that even when you call sick, they call agency to cover. If you are paid £10, agency will be paid £20 an hour. They will not give you that money, but they will give it to agency. So please take good care of yourself. Within 365 days, they're giving you 28 days annual leave. Out of 360 days, they've only given you 28 days annual leave. less than a month, maximum 1 month. So if this 1 month too, you are going to trade it for overtime and extra time, they don't care. They will offer them to you. But at the end of the day, you will be, exhausted, and you'll be wasting your body. Please, take good care of yourself. The pound sterling is not running away. Before we came, there were predecessors. Still, the pound is the pound. Take good care of yourself. Take annual leave. If you don't have the means to travel out of UK, please, you can go to Scotland. You can go to Wales. Travel around. Rest yourself. Know yourself. When you are tired, please accept the fact that you are tired. It is not every phone call that you should pick. It's not every invitation that you should, this year you should honor. Check all the invitations. Check the productivity ones. Check the invitation that will add to your life, not what will subtract your life. Listen, when you are sick and you are going through problem, people don't care. They pretend they don't care. So please, all you have is yourself. And if you don't value yourself and you don't honor yourself with the time that you have and you waste it, it's up to you. Please, this year, what do you eat? Be very careful. At a certain age, you cannot eat certain food. At a certain time of the day, certain food is not good for you. Know and understand yourself, understand your body. It's not everything. That smells good. It's consumable. Please, check yourself. You can live your whole life. Bible says our life span on earth is 70 years. By the means of wisdom, we can live beyond 70. Check what you eat and check what you drink. It's not every drink which is good for you. Some of them, the sugar content is too much. It will compound within your body system, and at the end of the day, it will give you diabetes and unnecessary problem. I've said it in this ministry, and I always emphasize it. I don't see why we are working hard, saving hard, and we are expecting our pensions and our retirement package to come. Then it comes for us to enjoy the fruit of our labor. Then all of a sudden, diseases and sickness will not allow us to enjoy the fruit of our labor. That's not a blessing from the Lord. Please be mindful of what you eat and what you drink. Where you go, your time. I know that some of you work long hours in the week so that you can have some days, off. On your off days, please rest and make it productive. Something that will be added to your life. Not added to, those that you give service. Yourself is very important. You cannot give me yourself to carry you there. I can't. You need to carry yourself there. You need to carry yourself to climb that ladder. You need to carry yourself to climb the aeroplane. You need to carry yourself to go to point B. Please look after yourself very well. Because when I talk about yourself, I'm talking about your peace. I'm talking about your health. I'm talking about everything that got to do with you, your mental health and everything. Please look after yourself. The third one is time and seasons. I've preached on this several times. I think I've said a lot about times and seasons. The certain is that as a pastor, sometimes I sit back and I watch some of you of age. You should know better. And you should know, where we are. What time is it? Some of you, I sit back, and all I can do is just to pray for you. Because I don't know any preaching that I have not preached in this house. I don't know any advice that I have not given in this house. We've seen it. The certain is that some of us, we saw it from our parents' life, our fathers, our mothers. How they did not take time and seasons serious. And today, some of them have become beggars. We've met some people in this country. They did not take time and seasons serious. And today they are nowhere to be found. Some of them, when you see them, you ask yourself this question: is this person still in this country? Because if you don't understand times and seasons, a time will come that you'll not be relevant. When you miss time and you miss seasons, nobody will have time and nobody will have patience for you again. We have a limited time to operate within. And when our time, goes, you cannot catch up. In ministry, in private life, in marriage, in education, career building, in everything. Football, there is time and season. At a certain age, you cannot continue. No matter how good Ronaldo is, at a certain age, he can't play football again. No matter how strong you are at the moment, it can only happen that next year from June going, you can't work again. Anything, life is so strange in a way that anything can happen to you at any time. That's why you need to manage your time and your season very well. Jesus said, as long as it is day, I must work the work of him who sent me. Because we are working on a time limit. We are working on a specific season. Next season might not be your season. Maybe this is your season. If you miss this season and you abuse this year, please, it will not come back for you. You can only trail. You cannot catch up. So please understand your time and your season. If you are 40, understand. If you are 35, understand. Don't pretend like you are young. Don't pretend like you are not grown. Sometimes, we say boys. But when you look through the boys, you can see men. They are no more boys. But they behave like they are boys. Sometimes when we talk about ladies, you look through, you can say, these are not ladies. These are women. These are moms and aunties. I know you. I can tell. 4 years ago, I was watching your high heel that you come to church with. Today, I always watch you. You are always on flats. And so you are always, some of you are on slippers. Because time and season, it's not yours again. You try high heel from here to the outside. Unless we baptize you with orange juice. You are not, because your time and your season is gone. Please. It's a commodity that we don't sell it on the market. It comes once. And you have another time. Please, you have another season. Make it count this year. Make your time count. Some of you are going to graduate. You are finishing high school. You are leaving sixth form to the next step of your life. It's your season. If you are not able to make it count, you cannot chase. Because there's a generation coming after you. They are not your generation to compete with. These are your generation. So make your time and your season, please, count. And the last one is your world. There are people who don't understand their world. The world we live in, you don't understand it. Even UK, you are born and raised educated in this country, but still you don't understand UK. You've been in the United Kingdom for 10, 15 years, but you don't see the changes going on. Immigrational changes, utility changes, everything is changing. We don't understand. We only talk about it. Oh, they've increased electricity price. They've increased, Home Office has increased their price. We talk about it, but we've not sat down to analyze it properly. At the moment, Home Office have changed a lot. That even if you're a British citizen, I was talking to my solicitor, and he took my passport and he said, Pastor, can I have a look? Do you have a copy of your child, your son's passport, and your passport? Can I have a look at these two? And I show copy to him. He's like, can you see the difference? I said, no. I said, all of them are British passports. He said, no. All of them are not British passports. Look at the place of birth in these two passports. Yours is Ghana, and his is United Kingdom. So even among these two passports, there's two differences. Yours can be retrieved at any given time. They can take it from you at any given time. So you should understand your world so that your steps and your dealings within where you are, you know your limit and your boundaries. You should understand your world. Because there are certain things that when the Babylonians are doing, Hadassah, Esther cannot do that. Because if you know where you are coming from and you understand your world, you operate with wisdom and you operate with knowledge. Please, know your world. Know your world. Don't think that Home Office has granted you resident permit, so that's all you can go and come. You can go. I've seen it. I've seen a lot through ministry. Those who left, but on their way back, they couldn't allow them. They are legitimate, but they said you cannot come back. So understand your world. What is happening around us? Because anything that happens in Israel or America affects UK. Whatever happens within the European Union or whatever happens around the world, it affects our economy. So please know your world so that it will help you to shape your expenditure. It will help you to know how to go about your expenditure. This year, electricity bill, understand, I was talking about seasons and time. Understand that we are in winter. When you come to my house, I'm always crying and I'm always shouting, turn it off, oh, turn it off. Oh. The heating can be on like that. You understand? And the more it is, because it's the season. Understand that the new tariff is coming. You are going to pay so that it should shape your expenditure. So that the way we went through bankruptcy in last year, January, this year, January, we will not go through that. Because if we begin it right and we understand these 4 factors, it will help us to live as believers. One thing between us and outsiders, unbelievers, is that we have the Holy Spirit who prompts our wisdom and works through our knowledge for us to understand this so that we will live as wise people, not as foolish people. We will take extra oil, with us, so that when we run out of oil along the year, by the virtue of our extra oil that we carry, we will be able to go through the year and end the year well. Please, begin the year right. Any load, any bad circle, any bad friends, associations, anything which is not productive, anywhere your money goes that you don't get any benefit, please begin your year right. Anybody who used to be around your life, in your life last year, who did not add to your life, who did not help you to enhance your life, that hey, we are growing, can we buy a house? Hey, what we are going to, can we pray 5 minutes online? Or can we meet here and just talk about life? Anybody who is not productive, who is not addition, but subtraction to your life, this year, please begin the year right. Because we are not growing younger and we are not going backward. Please, this year, I want you to just set a target for yourself. Set a standard for yourself. Your eating habit, everything, set certain standard for yourself. That this year I'll be closer to God. This year I will look after myself well. There are certain, please, when we go home this year, I want you to take a certain stock. Go through your phone contacts. Any contact, any name there, which is not addition, which is not productive, who cannot suggest the way forward, who cannot suggest your success, delete them or block them. You own yourself. That's yourself. The phone is yours. The credit is yours. Delete them. Please know your time. Go home and ask yourself, what time am I? This year, how old am I going to be? This season, what am I going to achieve? Then after all, know your world. What is going on around me? Health-wise, NHS. What is going on? What are they saying? Is there any pandemic on the way coming? Is there anything, that is knocking around the door? If you know your world, you know how to step out and you know how to manage your food. Next week, I'm going to talk about mindset. How we will begin to tune our mind. Divert ourselves gradually to something positive. Because some of us, the pictures that we are looking at, they are very wrong and negative pictures. It's a repetition picture. But we need to change and tune our mind from all these areas. Then after that, we will see a new picture. Let me just take 2 minutes of your time. Can we go through the screen? 1 minute. Just 2 minutes. Let me just roll over this. Number one, a distracted beginning produces a delayed harvest. Harvest time is December, and beginning or the time to sow your seed is January. Please don't be distracted by any negative influence or any negative energy. Next one. Life is more than calendars and checklists. The days on the calendar, 365 days on the calendar, life is bigger than the 365 days, because within 24 hours your life can change for better, and your life can be worse, and the rest of the years can be very horrible for you. Let's go to the next one. The new year doesn't change your life, your decisions. This year will not change your life. As I said, between 5 and 6 is just a plus. It will not change anything, but your decisions, every decision that you make this year will make a huge difference. Next one. So hang around 4 lazy people and you'll be the 5th. If within your setup you have 5 and 4 are lazy, automatically you become the 5th lazy person. But if they are industrious and they are productive and you are not, automatically you become industrious and productive. Hang around 4 readers and you'll be the 5th reader. I'm talking about education. If your circle are into education improvement, automatically you also improve yourself. Hang around 4 gym lovers, those who want to cut down, diet. I mean, you know that you are growing heavy and heavier. If you are around gym fanatics, automatically you also look into your health and your hang around 4 business people, you become automatically the 5th business person. Sit with winners and the conversation will be different. But if you sit with losers, you will still become a loser. It doesn't matter if you are currently a winner. Next one. Knowledge is a way to freedom. You can see 4 people, all of them, their padlocks are in. But the one who is seeking for knowledge this year, this year I am seeking, I want to improve myself, I want to do something new, your padlock will open, your life will open, you will see and embrace new things. Let's go to the next one. If hard work pays, show me a rich donkey. We always say that I want to work hard, I want to work hard, I want to work hard. Some of us, we've been working hard 15 solid years, but we cannot even account for 15,000 pounds in our account or 1,500 in our account. If hard work pays, then donkeys will be the richest among us. No wonder Jesus found an outcast donkey at the entrance of Jerusalem and he made him relevant. It is not about working hard, it's about working with precision, working with knowledge, and working with target and vision. Else you work hard, but nothing will come out of it. The next one is, let's crash it in 2026. Start now. Start where you are. Start making progress. Start with what you have. Start with all of your insecurities. Start with what you already know. Start moving towards your goals. Start and make mistakes. Start small and start now. Just start. Don't be lazy and postpone it. Just begin. Start. Every long journey begins with just a step. Start now. Whatever you want to achieve this year, please make a step. Let's go to the next one quickly. Success comes to discipline, not motivation. When you discipline yourself, you'll be successful. When you discipline yourself, because everybody is busy to motivate you. Even those that you look up to for sympathy, they are also looking for sympathy. But when you discipline yourself, I'm talking about yourself, your diet, what you drink, what you eat, everything, your time and your resources, you will be successful. The next one. You will never win if you never begin. You will never win. Your dreams will still remain dreams. Your seed will still remain seed if you never begin. Please begin. I know tomorrow you are going to work. Some of you are starting your shift tonight. Understand that you are beginning the year or you've already started. Understand that the seed and your productivity has already started. The year is already counting. So you are not waiting for February to make it. You are not waiting for February to dream dreams. Begin to dream dreams. Begin now, and you win. Can we go to the next one quickly? If there is none, then I will end my teachings here. Please, next week I'm going to talk about your mindset. The Bible said the way a man think, so he is. So that we begin to think anew. Some of us, our background, our root, the color of our skin, our genes are playing to us. Some of us, where we are coming from, the family altars and other things, is still working against us. So it affects the way we think. We cannot broaden our horizon. We are still within that box. We can't go beyond that. But I beseech you with the message of the Lord, come to church next week so that I will take the whole month to teach on how to begin your year right, so that you will have a smooth beginning, and at the end of the year, all of us will come here and celebrate achievement and success. Sorry I've taken much of your time because I'm teaching. God bless you, and let me call the ministers.